A Tale of Thrones. Prologue, The Convergence. In the quiet village of Fairhaven, where cobblestone streets were kissed by the soft glow of lanterns, and the scent of blooming roses filled the evening air, an eerie stillness prevailed. The Disney Kingdom was a realm of enchantment and wonder, where dreams wove themselves into the fabric of everyday life. Beneath the twinkling stars, its inhabitants reveled in the harmonious interplay of magic, fantasy, and the sweetness of happily ever afters. Yet, this idyllic calm was about to be disrupted in a way no one could have foreseen. As twilight settled upon the land, a peculiar disturbance unfurled in the sky. It began as a flicker of silvery light, barely noticeable amidst the canvas of stars. But like a fracture in the heavens, the disruption widened, casting an ominous shadow over the kingdom. The very air quivered, and a resounding hum filled the atmosphere, shaking the delicate balance that had existed for eons. In the heart of this celestial tumult, an unforeseen convergence of magic emerged, a bridge between two worlds, each as distinct as night and day. From the realms of Disney, where the tales of princesses and talking animals unfolded in vibrant colors, 7 princesses were drawn into the swirling vortex of this cosmic phenomenon. Ariel, the adventurous mermaid; Elsa, the queen with powers over ice; Belle, the bookish beauty; Cinderella, whose heart was as pure as the midnight chime of the clock; Snow White, with her captivating innocence; and Aurora, the slumbering beauty who awakened with true love's kiss, were among those who found themselves unceremoniously transported. Last but not least, Mulan, the warrior who had fought valiantly to protect her homeland, was also swept away from her world, far removed from Disney's fantastical landscapes. With bewildered eyes and pounding hearts, these Disney princesses materialized in a place utterly foreign to them, the politically treacherous landscapes of Westeros. They landed in Westeros's diverse realms, from the icy north to the sun-drenched deserts of Dorne. The shock of their arrival was palpable, like a reverberating note in an unknown song. Their fates, previously sealed by the magic of their own stories, were irrevocably altered. Strangers to the machinations of this intricate world, they suddenly found themselves thrust into a universe that bore no resemblance to the one they had known. The world of Westeros, defined by its unforgiving politics, shifting allegiances, and the omnipresent specter of death, stood in stark contrast to the enchanting realms of Disney, where love and magic reigned supreme. And so, the destinies of these 7 princesses became inextricably entwined. As they navigated this alien land, each would be compelled to discover the depths of her inner strength and cunning. They would come to understand that survival in the 7 kingdoms required far more than a belief in fairy tales. In the shadows of intrigue and the echo of battles, they would find their way, or perhaps lose themselves entirely. Their adventures, fraught with uncertainty, would be marked by their resilience, the friendships they forged, and the choices they made. In the place where the fairy tale met the grim reality of Westeros, a new narrative was set in motion, a tale of courage, unity, and a search for the elusive happily ever afters that would carry them beyond the boundaries of their imagination. The convergence had occurred, and their journey had begun. Chapter 1: The Arrival. In the aftermath of the cosmic convergence, the Disney princesses found themselves scattered across the vast expanse of the 7 kingdoms, each confronting a world as unfamiliar as a dream turned into a nightmare. Elsa, her once gleaming kingdom of Arendelle now a distant memory, materialized in the icy north. The blustery winds, heavy snowfall, and towering, ancient trees made it clear that this was a land utterly different from her own. Her powers, once celebrated and controlled, now carried her to a realm where winter's chill was as unrelenting as the politics of Westeros. There, she met a somber, dark-haired man who introduced himself as Jon Snow, the Lord Commander of the Night's Watch. The rugged and stoic warrior, seasoned by battles against the White Walkers, recognized the potential in Elsa's extraordinary abilities. Jon Snow, who had himself faced the supernatural forces that lay beyond the wall, saw Elsa's powers as a crucial asset in the coming fight. Meanwhile, Cinderella and Snow White found themselves in the midst of a royal feud in the fertile lands of the Riverlands. Displaced from their comfortable worlds of palace balls and enchanted forests, they faced the harsh reality of Westerosi politics. A war for power and prestige raged on, casting a pall over the kingdom. The two Disney princesses, whose pure hearts had long been symbols of kindness and innocence, now discovered themselves amidst the cunning and manipulation of House Frye. The cunning and wily Lord Walder Frye saw them as pawns in his grand game and sought to use their ethereal qualities to his advantage. In a realm where the whims of kings and queens could change as swiftly as the wind, Cinderella and Snow White had to adapt quickly. Their gentle charm, once their greatest strength, became their weapon of survival. They navigated the treacherous waters of feuding noble houses, all the while trying to grasp the complexities of a world where their once unquestionable virtues were tested. As for Belle and Ariel, they found themselves at the very heart of power and intrigue, the iconic King's Landing. The city's stone walls held secrets of betrayal, deceit, and ambition, echoing the darkest pages of Westerosi history. The intricate web of politics and power was unlike anything they had ever encountered. Belle, the avid reader, was struck by the abundance of knowledge hidden in dusty tomes and whispered secrets, while Ariel, with her fascination for the sea, could only wonder at the vastness of the waters that stretched beyond the city walls. It was in King's Landing that Belle and Ariel first encountered Cersei Lannister, the cunning and formidable queen of the Seven Kingdoms. Her regal poise and calculating gaze were a stark contrast to the open-hearted innocence of the Disney princesses. Cersei, intrigued by their otherworldly presence, recognized an opportunity to use their unique perspectives to her advantage. With their enchanting qualities and the aura of the magical world from which they hailed, Belle and Ariel could become tools in her quest to maintain her hold on the Iron Throne. The Disney princesses, scattered across the Seven Kingdoms, were far from the enchanted world they had known. Each would have to navigate the treacherous waters of Westeros, and in the process, find strength within themselves they never knew they possessed. As they began to adapt to their new lives, they would discover that survival in this unforgiving world required more than the magic of their stories. It demanded wit, cunning, and alliances they had never thought possible. The story of their arrival had only just begun, and the chapters that would follow would be fraught with challenges, intrigue, and unexpected alliances. Chapter 2: Unlikely Alliances. The Disney princesses had been thrust into a world where alliances were born from necessity, and they had to learn quickly to navigate the complex political landscape of Westeros. As they settled into their new lives, they discovered that survival often depended on forming connections with unexpected allies. Elsa, with her powers over ice, found herself in the frigid north, a land that was as harsh as it was beautiful. The vast wall, a colossal ice structure, loomed in the distance, a grim reminder of the ever-present threat of the White Walkers. Elsa's magic, once a source of joy and wonder in Arendelle, now took on a more somber purpose. The Night's Watch, a brotherhood sworn to defend the realm from the supernatural menace, welcomed her with a mixture of skepticism and hope. As the days turned into weeks and the winter grew colder, Elsa proved the value of her powers in their fight against the White Walkers. Her ability to conjure ice and snow became a formidable weapon against the encroaching threat. The Night's Watch, led by Jon Snow, who had become Elsa's staunchest ally, recognized that they had a powerful ally in their quest to protect the realm. In the Riverlands, Cinderella and Snow White, displaced in the midst of a royal feud, used their gentle charm and unwavering kindness to their advantage. The cunning and wily Tyrion Lannister, impressed by their demeanor in a court fraught with intrigue, saw potential in the two Disney princesses. Tyrion, known for his sharp wit and love of the Game of Thrones, understood the value of trust and alliances in the dangerous game of Westerosi politics. He introduced Cinderella and Snow White to the complexities of courtly life and the art of manipulating relationships. While their initial introduction to this new world had been filled with uncertainty, they quickly found themselves becoming indispensable to Tyrion's intricate strategies. In King's Landing, Belle's love for books became her source of intrigue, drawing the attention of Tyrion Lannister. He, too, had a passion for literature and recognized a kindred spirit in the curious Disney princess. Their shared love for knowledge forged a unique bond. Belle found herself in the company of a man who appreciated her intellect and recognized the importance of wisdom in the often perilous world of politics. Ariel, on the other hand, intrigued Cersei Lannister with her fascination for the sea. The depths of the ocean, so mysterious and uncharted, mirrored the depths of intrigue and treachery within the Queen's court. Ariel's allure and her tales of the undersea world captivated Cersei, who saw in her a symbol of untamed potential and a valuable source of information about the outside world. In Ariel, Cersei sensed an ally who could help secure her grasp on the Iron Throne and maintain her grip on power. As the Disney princesses adapted to Westerosi life, they discovered that their unique qualities, once considered ordinary in their own world, had become valuable assets in the new one. Their alliances, born from necessity and cultivated through shared goals, were as unexpected as they were vital. In this world where magic and politics intertwined, the lines between friend and foe blurred, and the princesses would need all their wits and newfound allies to navigate the treacherous path that lay ahead. The story was evolving, and these alliances would play a crucial role in the chapters that were yet to be written. Chapter 3: Shadows of the Past. The Disney princesses found themselves mired in a challenging process of adaptation, struggling to reconcile their innate qualities with the harsh customs and political intrigue of Westeros. In this new world, their extraordinary traits and qualities, once celebrated in their own realms, were often met with skepticism and sometimes even suspicion. Elsa, with her powers over ice, faced skepticism from the hardened warriors of the Night's Watch. Her abilities, though remarkable, were met with a mix of awe and doubt. Some questioned the practicality of her powers, wondering how they could be harnessed in the battle against the White Walkers. Elsa, undeterred, trained diligently, honing her control over her icy magic. Over time, she proved her worth on the battlefield, earning the respect and admiration of the Night's Watch. Her journey from an uncertain arrival to a formidable ally was a testament to her determination and strength of character. Ariel, always fueled by an insatiable curiosity, found herself in a world where magic and the supernatural were viewed with both fear and fascination. Her enchantment with the world of magic and her thirst for knowledge raised eyebrows among the Westerosi, who often regarded such pursuits as dangerous. The maesters and scholars of King's Landing were intrigued by her unquenchable curiosity, but they also feared her potential influence on the realm's understanding of the arcane. Ariel walked a fine line between satisfying her thirst for knowledge and adhering to the customs and norms of her new home. Snow White, with her captivating innocence and pure heart, was a paradox in the cynical world of Westeros. Her unwavering kindness, once a source of strength, became a double-edged sword. Many took advantage of her trusting nature, while others viewed her as a symbol of purity and hope in a world marred by darkness. Snow White's ability to find goodness even in the most unlikely places inspired some, while it drew the ire of those who believed such sentiments had no place in the Seven Kingdoms. The Disney princess found herself torn between her innate goodness and the harsh realities of the realm. Cinderella, a paragon of kindness, also faced challenges in the cutthroat world of Westerosi politics. Her unwavering belief in the power of love and compassion was tested in a land where manipulation and deceit were the norm. She grappled with the stark contrast between the gentle heart that had always guided her and the merciless tactics employed by her new Westerosi associates. Her kindness, once unquestioned, was now seen as a potential weakness that could be exploited. In the heart of King's Landing, Belle's dreams of adventure and her desire for something beyond the confines of the castle walls were met with danger. As she delved deeper into the secrets hidden in the city's libraries, she unearthed forbidden knowledge that threatened the stability of the realm. Belle's insatiable curiosity became a double-edged sword, for her discoveries unveiled a web of intrigue and treachery that could shatter the very foundations of Westeros. She had become a custodian of perilous secrets, and her quest for adventure was transforming into a quest for survival. The Disney princesses, as they struggled to adapt to their new lives in Westeros, found their fundamental qualities tested and transformed by the unrelenting realities of their new world. The challenges they faced were as varied as the Seven Kingdoms themselves, and their personal journeys were fraught with uncertainty and complexity. The shadows of their pasts cast long and ever-evolving silhouettes upon their paths, and in the labyrinthine world of Westeros, the balance between who they were and who they needed to become became increasingly tenuous. The story continued to weave its intricate threads, with the princesses' struggles and transformations at its core. Chapter 4: Cloak and Dagger. In the heart of King's Landing, Belle and Ariel's quest for knowledge had taken them to the hidden corners of the city's libraries and the depths of its secrets. The more they delved into the shadows, the clearer it became that something sinister loomed on the horizon, a plot that could not only shake the foundations of the Seven Kingdoms but also threaten the very existence of the Disney princesses in this world. The books they had discovered, ancient and forgotten, spoke of a prophecy, one that foretold the convergence of worlds and the potential consequences it might unleash. According to the cryptic texts, the merging of Disney's magic with Westeros's politics could lead to cataclysmic events, with power-hungry individuals seeking to exploit the Disney princesses' unique qualities for their gain. With each page they turned and every scroll they unrolled, Belle and Ariel's unease grew. The revelation that their presence in this world was not a mere accident but had a deeper purpose shook them to their core. The realization that they might hold the key to a perilous future burdened their hearts. As they continued their investigation, they faced constant danger. Shadows seemed to lurk around every corner, and whispers of their discoveries reached ears they never intended to share them with. The sinister forces that thrived in the heart of King's Landing had taken notice, and they were determined to silence any potential threats. With danger closing in and nowhere to turn, Belle and Ariel found themselves forced to rely on the alliances they had formed. Their friendship with Tyrion Lannister and the Queen Cersei, born out of curiosity and intrigue, took on a new significance. These unlikely allies became their protectors, offering not only guidance but also shelter within the web of intrigue that was King's Landing. Tyrion's wit and knowledge of the political landscape allowed him to anticipate the moves of their enemies, while Cersei's ruthlessness and command of power served as a formidable deterrent against those who sought to silence Belle and Ariel. In the labyrinthine world of King's Landing, the Disney princesses had discovered that their alliances, however unusual, were the only shield that could protect them from the deadly secrets they had unearthed. As Belle and Ariel continued to peel back the layers of conspiracy and intrigue, the threads of their own fate intertwined ever more tightly with the destiny of the Seven Kingdoms. The secrets they uncovered hinted at a future filled with turmoil and uncertainty, and they were faced with the daunting task of navigating this treacherous path while protecting the world they had come to call home. The story was reaching a critical juncture, where the distinction between hero and villain was as elusive as the truth they sought to unveil. Chapter 5: The Red Wedding. As the Disney princesses' presence became further entangled with the political turmoil of Westeros, the realm was plunged into a maelstrom of treachery and bloodshed. The ominous event that shook the land and resonated through the annals of Westerosi history was none other than the infamous Red Wedding. Cinderella and Snow White, once symbols of gentleness and purity, found themselves unwittingly thrust into the heart of this unfolding tragedy. They had embraced the world of Westeros, believing that their kindness and good intentions would allow them to make a difference. Yet, the Red Wedding was a stark reminder that in this realm, honor and virtue often yielded to the relentless pursuit of power. The Red Wedding was a brutal and calculated act of betrayal that took place at the Twins, the ancestral seat of House Frye. The Freys had cunningly invited the Stark and Tully families to a wedding feast, only to perpetrate a massacre. It was a cruel display of Westerosi politics at its darkest, where alliances were forged and shattered with little regard for morality or decency. Cinderella and Snow White found themselves caught in the middle of this horrifying event, witnesses to a massacre of innocents on an unprecedented scale. The bloodshed and chaos of the Red Wedding sent shockwaves through their very beings, shaking the foundations of their beliefs. The princesses questioned their decision to embrace this world and whether they could truly make a difference amidst the brutality and ruthlessness of Westeros. Meanwhile, beyond the wall, Elsa and Jon Snow faced a threat equally as terrifying, if not more so, the growing menace of the White Walkers. As winter's chill descended upon the Seven Kingdoms, the Night's Watch, bolstered by Elsa's power over ice, prepared to defend the realm from the supernatural invaders. The battle against the White Walkers was a relentless struggle, one that demanded unity and determination. Elsa's powers, once met with skepticism, now proved to be a valuable asset in the fight against the White Walkers. Her ability to freeze and shatter the undead, to conjure barriers of ice, turned the tide of battle in favor of the Night's Watch. Her growing control over her powers was a beacon of hope in the bleak north. Yet, the princess and the Lord Commander knew that their fight was far from over. The White Walkers, led by the Night King, were a relentless and formidable foe. The Red Wedding, though a dark stain on the realm's history, was but a single chapter in the intricate tapestry of Westerosi politics and warfare. Elsa and Jon Snow's determination to protect the Seven Kingdoms and the Disney princesses, who had become integral to their world, remained unwavering. The Red Wedding had been a brutal awakening, a reminder that the path they had chosen was fraught with danger and moral ambiguity. As the story continued to unfold, the princesses and their allies would be tested in ways they could never have imagined, and their choices would shape the destiny of the Seven Kingdoms and the realms of Disney. The shadows of the past and the specter of the future loomed large, and the Disney princesses found themselves at the epicenter of a storm that would determine the fate of both worlds. Chapter 6: A Song of Survival. Belle and Ariel's relentless pursuit of truth in the heart of King's Landing led them on a journey marked by unexpected alliances and the revelation of a web of deceit that threatened not only their survival but also the very fabric of Westeros. Their search for answers took them to the darkest corners of the city, where secrets and shadows intertwined. They were met with constant danger, and each revelation only deepened the mystery they sought to unravel. The cryptic prophecies, once dismissed as mere legends, began to take on a chilling significance. The convergence of worlds and the Disney princesses' presence in Westeros were intricately tied to a foretold cataclysm. With each step they took, Belle and Ariel found themselves forming unexpected alliances. Their quests for knowledge and the revelation of hidden truths connected them to individuals who had their own stake in the outcome. The pursuit of answers had brought together a disparate group of people, each with their motivations and desires, and yet, a shared goal emerged: survival in the face of an impending crisis. Cinderella and Snow White, on the other hand, were faced with a different set of challenges. Their unwavering faith in honor and goodness was tested repeatedly in the treacherous world of Westerosi politics. The Red Wedding had shattered their illusions, revealing that the pursuit of power often left no room for moral considerations. The cynical machinations of those around them, who were willing to sacrifice anything for their ambitions, forced the princesses to re-evaluate their beliefs. The purity and kindness that had always defined them became a source of vulnerability in the land where cunning and ruthlessness were often rewarded. Yet, even in the face of these trials, Cinderella and Snow White clung to their values, determined to prove that there was a place for honor in Westeros. Their unwavering conviction was a testament to their strength of character, and it sparked glimmers of hope in a world that had grown cynical. Elsa, with her powers over ice, continued to develop her abilities as the threat of the White Walkers loomed ever closer. Her role as a defender of the realm became increasingly critical, and her powers became more formidable with each passing day. The cooperation between the Night's Watch and Elsa was a testament to the potential of unity between the Disney princesses and the people of Westeros. Elsa's growth as a leader and guardian marked a pivotal point in the battle against the supernatural invaders. The journey of the Disney princesses was far from over, and the challenges they faced were as diverse as the Seven Kingdoms themselves. In their quest for truth, the bonds they formed, and the unwavering values they clung to, they were each forging their paths toward survival. The song of their existence echoed in the ever-shifting melody of Westeros, a composition of survival and the indomitable spirit of hope. The story continued to unfold, and the destiny of two worlds hung in the balance. Chapter 7: Winter's Fury. As the winds of winter swept across the Seven Kingdoms, the realm braced itself for a reckoning like none other, a confrontation with the Night King and his chilling army of the dead. Elsa, the Queen with Powers over Ice, stood at the forefront of this looming catastrophe, her abilities poised to become the realm's last line of defense. Her journey from a bewildered arrival in the north to a commanding force on the battlefield had come full circle. The Night King, a supernatural being of immense power, led his relentless horde of White Walkers and Whites southward, leaving a trail of desolation in his wake. The threat he posed was unlike anything the realm had ever faced. His arrival heralded a bone-chilling winter that seemed intent on freezing all of Westeros to its core. The White Walkers' abilities were nightmarish, their touch capable of turning the living into soulless whites, and their army seemed unstoppable. The alliance between the Disney princesses and the people of Westeros was put to the ultimate test. Elsa, with her control over ice and snow, became the beacon of hope against the encroaching darkness. Her powers, once seen as an enigma and a curiosity, now proved to be a vital defense in the face of the supernatural invaders. She, alongside Jon Snow, who had fought the White Walkers beyond the Wall for years, assumed leadership in the battle to protect the Seven Kingdoms. Together, they devised a strategy to combat the Night King's forces. Elsa's ability to create barriers of ice, freeze the ground, and summon fierce snowstorms became a formidable weapon. Her power over ice allowed her to strike at the heart of the White Walkers, shattering them into icy fragments. The battlefield became a swirling vortex of snow and magic, a stark contrast to the fire and blood that had defined Westerosi warfare for centuries. The Disney princesses, united by their determination to survive in this foreign world, faced the ultimate test of their mettle. The whims of magic and the intrigues of politics were pushed aside in favor of the shared goal, preserving the realm from the impending doom. The battles were brutal, and the stakes were higher than ever. Their resilience and newfound alliances would be the deciding factors in this epic struggle. The arrival of Winter's Fury brought Westeros to the brink of extinction. The survival of the Seven Kingdoms hinged on the strength and unity of those who had been brought together by the convergence of worlds. The story was evolving, and as the battle against the Night King and his army unfolded, the fates of two worlds hung in the balance, intertwined like never before. Chapter 8: A Clash of Worlds. The battle against the Night King had come to a climactic end, and the Seven Kingdoms had been saved from the clutches of Winter's Fury. Elsa's powers, once a source of awe and fear, had proven to be the decisive force in the struggle against the supernatural invaders. Her journey from a bewildered arrival in the north to a commanding force on the battlefield had been an integral part of the realm's survival. With the defeat of the Night King, the Disney princesses found themselves at a crossroads. They had been transported from the enchanting realms of Disney to the politically treacherous landscapes of Westeros, and their experiences had forever changed them. Now, they faced a choice: return to their magical realms or remain in Westeros, where they had been shaped by the hardships and challenges they had encountered. For Belle and Ariel, the pursuit of truth had far-reaching consequences. Their relentless quest for knowledge had unveiled a web of deceit that threatened both worlds, and the realization that the convergence of magic and politics had a profound purpose had set them on a path fraught with complexity. The decision to remain in Westeros was not taken lightly, for their presence in this realm bore significance beyond their understanding. They had formed alliances and bonds with the people of Westeros, alliances that had been instrumental in the realm's survival. Cinderella and Snow White, however, faced diverging paths. Their unwavering faith in honor and kindness had been both their strength and vulnerability in the face of Westerosi politics. The Red Wedding had been a brutal awakening, and they had clung to their values amidst the cynicism and ruthlessness of this world. The decision to return to Disney's magical realms was tempting, but they remained steadfast in their belief that there was a place for goodness and honor even in Westeros. The challenges and betrayals they had faced had only solidified their resolve to be beacons of light in a world shrouded in darkness. The Disney princesses, once characters of fairy tales, had been transformed into complex individuals with their own journeys and destinies. The convergence of worlds had changed them, and the clash of magic and politics had left indelible marks on their souls. The decision they made would determine the path of their future and the fate of two worlds, forever entwined in a narrative that transcended the boundaries of their original stories. The story was evolving, and the choices the Disney princesses faced were as intricate and multifaceted as the world of Westeros itself. Their presence had left an indelible mark on the realm, and the legacy of their time in Westeros would continue to shape its future. As the narrative unfolded, the clash of worlds remained at its core, a testament to the resilience of those who had ventured beyond the boundaries of their own tales. Chapter 9: Reshaping the Kingdoms. In the world where destiny and politics were tightly intertwined, the Disney princesses had left an indelible mark on Westeros. Their presence had forged new alliances, brought about profound discoveries, and reshaped the future of the realm. Elsa, with her alliance with Jon Snow, had not only played a pivotal role in the battle against the Night King but had also transformed the relationship between the North and the Seven Kingdoms. Her powers over ice and snow had earned her the respect and trust of the people of the North. Her determination to protect the realm had inspired unity, as the North recognized the value of alliances beyond their traditional borders. Elsa's journey from a bewildered arrival to a commanding force had changed the fate of the North. Her alliance with Jon Snow, a man who had been at the forefront of the fight against the White Walkers, solidified the bond between the Night's Watch and the rest of Westeros. The world of Disney and the realm of Westeros had converged in ways that defied their original stories, and the resilience and strength of the Disney princesses had been instrumental in this transformation. Belle and Ariel, with their relentless pursuit of truth, had unearthed secrets that extended far beyond their initial investigations. The revelation of the prophecies and their connection to the convergence of worlds had profound implications. The convergence had a purpose that transcended mere chance, and its mysteries had far-reaching consequences. The knowledge they had uncovered had reshaped the way magic and politics intertwined in this world, offering a potential path toward coexistence. Cinderella and Snow White, who had chosen to remain in Westeros, had found their own paths in a world that often rewarded cunning and ruthlessness. Their unwavering faith in honor and kindness served as a reminder that even in the darkest corners of the realm, there was a place for goodness. They became symbols of hope and inspired others to embrace the values of honor and compassion. The Disney princesses had become architects of change in Westeros, and the convergence of their worlds had introduced new possibilities for the realm's future. The story had evolved far beyond their original tales, and the boundaries between magic and politics had been redrawn. As the narrative continued to unfold, the legacy of the Disney princesses' time in Westeros would continue to shape the destiny of the realm. The bonds they had formed, the discoveries they had made, and the values they had upheld would serve as a testament to the enduring power of their presence in a world where destiny and politics converged. Epilogue: A Tale of Two Worlds. As the convergence of Disney and Westeros drew to a close, the legacy of the Disney princesses remained etched in the annals of history. Their presence in the Seven Kingdoms had been a testament to courage, resilience, and unity in a world where destiny and politics had converged in unpredictable ways. The princesses, once characters of enchanting fairy tales, had ventured far beyond the boundaries of their original stories. They had faced the trials and tribulations of a world where the pursuit of power often left little room for morality or kindness. Yet, in the face of cynicism and ruthlessness, they had held fast to their values, offering glimmers of hope in a land shrouded in darkness. The convergence of Disney and Westeros had brought together two worlds as disparate as fire and ice. The magic of Disney, with its whimsical wonder and enchanting tales, had met the brutal realities of Westeros, where power struggles and treachery were the norm. The collision of these worlds had resulted in a narrative that transcended the boundaries of their original stories, a tale of thrones and destiny, of bravery and alliances, and of the enduring power of friendship. The Disney princesses, with their diverse qualities and strengths, had not only adapted to the harsh realities of Westeros but had also left an indelible mark on the realm. Elsa, with her powers over ice, had forged a vital alliance with Jon Snow, changing the dynamics of the North and the Seven Kingdoms. Her journey from an uncertain arrival to a commanding presence had exemplified the potential for unity in the face of an impending crisis. Belle and Ariel, with their pursuit of truth, had uncovered a web of deceit that transcended their original investigations. The revelation of prophecies and the convergence of worlds had challenged the way magic and politics interwove, opening new possibilities for the future. Their unyielding quest for knowledge had forged bonds and alliances that were instrumental in the realm's survival. Cinderella and Snow White, who had chosen to remain in Westeros, had become symbols of hope in a land marred by darkness. Their unshakable faith in honor and kindness served as a reminder that even in the most cynical corners of the realm, goodness had a place. Their presence had inspired others to embrace these values and to strive for a better world. The tale of the Disney princesses in Westeros was a testament to the enduring power of friendship and the strength of one's heart. It was a story of unity, resilience, and the capacity to overcome even the harshest of realities. Their journey had shown that, no matter the world, the qualities of honor, compassion, and determination could prevail in the face of adversity. As the convergence of Disney and Westeros reached its conclusion, the legacy of the Disney princesses remained woven into the fabric of the realm. Their stories had become an inseparable part of Westeros, a reminder that the convergence of worlds could bring about unexpected alliances and reshape destinies. The magic of Disney had met the brutality of Westeros, forging a tale for the ages, a tale that would be retold through the generations, a tale of thrones and destiny, and a testament to the enduring power of the human spirit.